Hello there, it's Haley with the Armageddon Report, taking a quick look at SevereWeatherTV.com, which I had not until today updated in many months. So now of course a lot of this is out of date, we're no longer looking at the winter weather composite charts. In fact, I think, if you go there it says HPC's winter weather forecast will resume on September 15th. So this is a lot of the links that I don't always look at every day now, but have in the past. But more importantly, I finally figured out a way to grab data from the YouTube. So now these are the wonderful screencasts or something that you're watching right now. You can go directly to SevereWeatherTV.com/videos to get them for whatever reason. However, I should say I am a famous procrastinator. Infamous procrastinator? I don't know, I just like saying that. It's not like I'm actually world known for procrastinating, but I feel that way. Anyway. So, this is manually updated by a human, meaning by the time you go there, it will be like June 10th, and it will still say June 3rd, that will be the most recent one. But there's also Severe Weather Walkthrough, which I used once upon a time. I think I only used it one day, but it still stays up to date. You use the arrow keys, or I think you can also, you can use spacebar if you want, but it walks you through every little thing. So that's SevereWeatherTV.com. I don't know if you go back here. Yes, fantastic. I don't know. Oh, and this is how you get to where you already are, maybe. The Severe Weather TV YouTube page. Right. So moving on to Cyclocane, where absolutely nothing is going on still. It's day 4 of hurricane season for the Atlantic, and nothing on the horizon. Severe thunderstorm weather-wise, we have stuff to talk about. This has been the first time in a long time, or maybe ever, that I've seen there's a significant wind chance without actually having a significant tornado, a significant hail chance associated with it as well. So, we'll talk about these 3 different areas, but first we'll look at the current watch that's in effect. Georgia, Florida, South Carolina, until 7 p.m. EDT tonight. Let's find out what the mesoscale discussions are. So up here, Pacific Northwest, a severe thunderstorm watch will be issued by 20 Zulu. Okay, so that would be 20 minus 5 for Central would be 3 o'clock. It'd be 1 o'clock in the afternoon, I think, for the Pacific. Right, so shortly, I believe are the words. And then where are we? Arkansas, is that where that is? Let's scroll on down. Yes. Arkansas, watch possible, 40% chance. Isolated severe thunderstorm possible this afternoon. MCV Center, I wish I could remember what that stood for. Mesoscale Convective Vortex. I don't know what the thing is. I'll look it up one of these years. Right, so moving on, here is where we have the significant hail map. This is the outlook for today, so as high as 30%, and of all places, just like the Pacific Northwest today. But Montana takes the cake for having not only the highest percentage chance, it's tied with this other 30%, but it has the significant wind chance. So what that means is that everybody else, 58 miles per hour greater winds, but over here in Montana, 75 miles per hour and greater is possible. Doesn't mean it'll happen, but it means that with the forecast, the outlooks, the models, whatever, are showing that there's potentially some significant wind that could occur today in Montana. Hail-wise, we've got the 3 slight risk areas and only as high as 15%, which is still high-ish, I don't know. And then tornado-wise, it's again the Pacific Northwest of all places, 5%, again for Montana, which sort of almost completely overlaps. Well, actually, it's a little bit smaller, It's a little bit smaller than where the significant wind probability is today. So to break down the numbers, that means, you take, for instance, this place in Washington. That means there is a nearly 1 in 3 chance, 30%, that place or someone within 25 miles of them will see a severe wind event. So So for instance, that means there's a 5% chance here that someone at that point or within 25 miles of that will see a tornado. So winds by far the greater threat today, especially when you're talking about significant winds. I forget where the tornado scale starts, but I think, and then hurricane, I think, is around 75. I think that might be like hurricane force winds right there, with 75 miles per hour greater. One of these days, I'm going to come up with a chart so I can say, okay, that's a hurricane. Obviously, it wouldn't literally be called a hurricane, you know, because it's not part of a hurricane system. Right, but it could be hurricane force winds. One of these days, I will find out the answer, but not today. But tomorrow, maybe I will. And this is tomorrow's outlook. So again, Montana, and then Alabama, Georgia, and Florida have the slight risks. So moving on to the map, we've got a 5% area connecting the two. Who would have expected that? So a huge bunch of states affected with the 5% risk. And then day after tomorrow, that's confusing because there is a small chance. So day after tomorrow, here's a 5% area up here, 5% area down here. And then dun-dun-dun, days 4 through 8, we have something on the map. So day 6, that would be June 9th, and this is June 10th. Don't quote me on that, do the math yourself, I may well be wrong. Yeah, 9th and 10th. Anyway, so after a whole long stretch of predictability too low, we have up in, what do we got, Montana again, North Dakota, South Dakota, Minnesota have a threat that's, I don't know, predicted well enough that like 6 and 7 days out, that the models are, there's enough agreement that there looks like there might be something bad. And of course, if you like a really technical discussion, scroll down in medium range models, blah, 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 blah. It's all gibberish to me. That's not completely true, but yes. So that would definitely be an area to keep an eye on, especially if you live there. You definitely want to keep an eye on the area in which you live. Right, so we'll be keeping an eye on that. Is it going to turn into a tornado outbreak? I have no idea. I did not read anything. So, and I'm not a meteorologist. I'd be just making a guess. So, but it could be like a very enhanced wind risk, a hail risk. But anyway, so yes, we'll keep an eye on that. Yes, or the Storm Prediction Center will keep an eye on that, and then I'll just pat back what they say. That's how it goes. Anyway, so here, today, Montana, you should definitely pay attention. Or, you know, stay indoors. Don't, remember, if you're going to park your car into the wind, you want to face the wind because your car's aerodynamic or something. You don't want the broadside of your vehicle being hit with 75-mile-per-hour winds, because that would be bad. Remember, surface area. Surface area and aerodynamics, keep that in mind if you are in the significant wind area today, or just stay home. Stay home. If you live in a trailer, make sure you buckle it down or whatever you guys do with trailers so it doesn't just blow over, because seriously, a 70-mile-per-hour wind probably could blow a trailer over. Anyway, yes, so that's what's going on today. WikiWix is WICKEDWX.com. Cyclocane is completely boring, but it's cyclocane.com, the bastardization of cyclone and hurricane. And severeweathertv.com, where you can click on links, yay, and like get pictures of stuff. I don't know. Anyway, enjoy your day, stay safe out there.